Kia e te whānau. It's Juneteenth, or June 19th, and guess where we are?
The PCT!
We are getting a few miles in on the PCT.
I hope you can see.
Yeah,
How exciting!
we are back on the trail.
Just day hiking.
Yeah. So we're just doing a little bit of slack packing and day hiking. I still have x-ray appointments and doctor's appointments and stuff, but I might be able to move to a brace instead of a cast. We've spent the last couple of weeks recuperating in Colorado. We were able to do some walking at altitude. So we're now just trying to get a few miles of PCT in. We're down here by Silverwood Lake outside of Hesperia. Have to be here for some x-rays. So we decided to hike a few miles while we're here. We're back. We must be close to their nest because these birds now we're winding our way up a little bit away from the lake. Nice cool breeze. The lake is down here. You can see the dam and the spillway there. So today we are going to backtrack along from Van Dusen Road to Prairie Fell. I still have this bad boy on for at least 2 more weeks. So we're going to be doing mainly day hiking. I can't wait till we can get our packs on our back and start doing some big miles again. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I fell on before. So I'm going to take it a bit slow through this area. So water Sprite, how much water did you bring for our 7-mile walk?
25 liters. No kidding.
We both
each had our water bottles and I brought a 2-liter. and you used some of it.
There's, I think it's Baldwin Lake, Big Bear City. Big Bear Lake is just around the corner a bit. So the First Nations people were here for over 2,000 years. And then gold was found. And then the river was dammed to make Big Bear Lake. And the First Nations people were, quote, relocated, unquote. It's called Big Bear Lake because there was tons of grizzlies here. Anyway, we're almost done with today's hike. So we put in at Van Dusen Road. We'll come out at, I don't know, close to the landfill site. Yeah, the trail's definitely rockier here. This side of the trail. It was great up higher, but we're switchbacking down now, and I hate these rocks. These are the arm mangling, wrist breaking rocks. We're here with Jessica, the lovely Trail Angel, who very kindly picked us up and brought us all the way back to where we stashed the truck since Dulcie wasn't able to make it. And while we were chatting in the truck, Jessica is also a foot and ankle physiotherapist, and she was telling us that she just wrote a book. It's available on Amazon, which I thought is perfect for PCT hikers. Do you want to tell us about it a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So I live here in Big Bear Lake, and I started trail angeling and doing physical therapy with the hikers 3 seasons ago. And my background is I had a physical therapy practice for 17 years that was called ankle and foot physical therapy. And then I moved here after COVID, and it was just kind of the perfect blend of being put in the perfect spot, kind of wondering why the heck am I in Big Bear? And then I realized, aha, this is why I'm here. I'm supposed to be treating the hikers. And so many of the injuries were foot and ankle injuries. And I started to recognize tons of patterns in not just the hikers, but just in general in foot and ankle injuries. And then it was just reinforced with the hikers with so many foot and ankle problems. And being at mile 266 was where lots of injuries kind of start to rear their ugly head. And so I recognized that the majority of what I'm teaching you guys, like in my treatment, you can do yourselves. About 25-30% I'm doing to you, but the rest of it you guys can do yourselves. And I wanted to be able to give to you the tools that you could correct movement patterns, restore your ankle motion, which are the 2 things that cause the most common things that cause foot, ankle, hip, and knee injuries. And I realized that with the method that I do, you can have full control over that. And it's kind of corny, but I want to put the care back in healthcare, and I want it to be more self-care than healthcare. And our system's a little fussy these days, and I just want you guys to be able to take care of your own bodies and get out here and do whatever you want, and so be able to be physically active like you want to. And I decided that I was going to write you a book. And so this November I started writing and just got published, and it's called Happy Feet, Happy Hike.
Yay! I'm definitely checking it out.
Yep. And it's the ultimate hiking guide to eliminate foot and ankle injuries. So the whole premise behind it is to give you the tools to self-treat, like I said, but also to prevent injuries from ever happening, as well as the tools to be able to specifically treat them. So yeah.
Well, so you're an angel in lots of ways, so thank you so much.
And
I'm definitely going to be checking out that book, because I know a lot of young people get overuse injuries, but us slightly more mature people, we have to compound arthritis with that as well.
And there's lots of helpful hints for people of all ages, and lots of different specific trail tips for things that you can do while you're hiking. And everything that I have you do, you don't need anything but a trekking pole, and just basically what you have with you, so no equipment needed either. And also, I just want to say one last thing is that if any of you, if anybody has any questions whatsoever, I do have a YouTube channel called Through Hiker Therapy, and it's THRU, and my 2 social media, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. But what I love is that I would love when people ask me questions, and then it gives me the perfect opportunity to then have content to be able to help more hikers, because typically if one person is having an issue or problem, honestly it's probably hundreds of others that have the exact same thing, because only a handful of things really go wrong while you're hiking physically. There's certain things that are pretty typical and common, and that helps me to be able to better help you. And then if you text me or message me with an issue and you take a photo or point to where it is, I will do my best to answer your questions and take a video and teach you what to do about it right on trail. So
that's so awesome. So Trail Angel in many, many ways. So we can't thank you enough, Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you for your healing. Thank you for your taking us all the way back up here. You're much appreciated.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Murray's Bar or Saloon, Big Bear Lake, highly recommended.